Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host Paladin Robin. Folks, you guys know what time it is. It's time for spoiler season. Guys, I'm super excited to get to this video here. This one is going to be a spoiler video where we show one of the cards from the new set that's coming up. And you know the new set, of course, is called Aetherdrift. So this is going to be super cool. Guys, before we get started, of course, we want to make sure we thank Webcore. Webcore has been great to us. They've allowed us to take part in this spoiler season so that we can get alongside of you guys and just be super excited for this new set. So, with that being said, thank you, Webcore. You guys are awesome. Alright guys, so you know what it is. We have Aetherdrift coming up. Aetherdrift is going to be a very interesting set. You're going to see some interesting things on this channel here. Things like spoilers for the upcoming set. You'll also see some spoilers on some of the other content creator pages, right? So you guys know the names. We're talking about Nalthazar, we're talking about Gaussmaster, of course Main Loop. Check out those folks, their pages. They're going to have some spoilers out for you. And also, I'd say take a look at the official forums. That's an excellent page for all kinds of information. They're going to have spoilers out there for you too. So yeah, there's a lot of content out there for you. You guys can take a look for yourselves and just really get alongside of us and just be real excited with all of that. Okay, so let me show you the card that I would like to spoil for you today. Here it is. Pia Nalaar, Chief Mechanic. Right, this is a 2/4 creature. You can see here it says when a creature you control deals combat damage, if you control a vehicle card, your vehicle supports gain 2 shield. Then your first creature gains trample. At the end of your turn, create a Nalaar Aetherjet token. So let's take a look at this Nalaar Aetherjet token. Here it is. At the beginning of your turn, create a Racer Pilot token. If you control a pilot, your first pilot creature gets +X instead. X is equal to the highest shields among supports you control. Alright, so you see some interesting things. You see the token that's going to be created. Here is the token. You can see it for yourself. This is a Racer Pilot. It does have the pilot subtype. You can see right there. So that's going to be one of those things that counts for the pilot over here. Now, when you take a look at this Racer Pilot, it's nothing huge, nothing just super overwhelming. It does have this ability here. It says at the beginning of each combat, this creature gets +X. X is equal to the number of vehicle supports you control. I'm not expecting there to be too many vehicle supports when I play, so I'm not going to really get excited about this XX here. But what I'm going to get excited about is this XX here. If you control a pilot, your first pilot gets +X instead. And X, of course, is equal to the highest shield count amongst all the shields that you control. Now, for me, I think that is really, really big. I think that's the way you should play this card. And that's what I'm going to do when I play this card, of course. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Alright, so with Pia Nalaar, the Chief Mechanic, it's going to get you this Nalaar Aetherjet token as we talked about. Here it is, okay? And at the beginning of your turn, you're going to get a Racer Pilot. You'll get the Racer Pilot over here, but if you already have a pilot creature, maybe this one came out earlier in the game, or maybe you have another one, then this one is not going to come out. What's going to happen is you're going to get that XX buff. And the XX buff, if you could take a look over here, it's going to be a permanent buff. So that's going to be really, really important for you to kind of just make sure that you are able to use that to your greatest advantage, right? So this is going to help you, and I would try to build around that. All right. X, of course, is equal to the highest shield among the supports that you control. Now, what I would do with Pia Nalaar is include her in a deck that has this. Thopter Spy Network. Thopter Spy Network will give you 4 of those Thopters every single turn, and all you have to do is control at least 1 more support. And guess what? This one is going to count as a support, obviously. So you're going to be able to get 4 Thopters tokens every single turn with this one right at the beginning of your turn. And what I would also do is include Pia Nalaar with this one here, Jessica the Vanguard. This one is pretty crazy if you include it with this. And the reason is you can see here, when a creature you control is reinforced for the first time each turn, this support gains X shield. X is the number of that creature's reinforcement times 3. So what's going to happen is you're going to be able to play Thopters by network. That's going to give you 4 of those Thopters every single turn. And because it's giving you 4 of those, they are technically reinforcing, right? And all you really needed to do, like I said, was have this one or another support. Now every turn, this is going to be making 4. And that means that this one is going to be triggered because it's going to be reinforced. Now you're going to get this shield count to be really, really big, really, really quickly. It's going to be pretty nasty. And that's going to turn into a great big buff for you. And here's the buff. This is what gives you the buff. If you control a pilot, and you will control a pilot, you'll have this one or maybe another one. If you control a pilot, your pilot will get plus X plus X. X is the highest shield that you control, right? The highest shield among supports that you control. So this one is going to get really, really big. The amount of shields is going to get ridiculously big. And that's going to turn into a nice buff for this one here or another pilot that you control. So super cool. That's how I would use this one. This one is going to get out of hand really, really quickly and then win you some games. I would also try to see if I could play with this one with Saheeli Rai number 1. Saheeli Rai 1 is going to be excellent here just because she can make Thopters on her own. So that's going to increase the number of Thopters that you have. So that's really what I would do with this card. This one is going to be a really, really good one. And I'm super excited to play this one when I get it. Alright guys, I hope you guys liked the video. In the chat, do me a favor and put down some of the comments that you have for this one. Do you like this card? Do you not like this card? What would you do? Is there another card you would use alongside this one to maybe build yourself an even better combo? Tell me in the comments, guys. Alright, that's it for me. Like and subscribe. Share with all your friends. It really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys.